Wake up, Mam Fam. We're rope dropping Disney World. Good morning, Mam Fam, and welcome back to season 2 of our rope drop series, the series where I come to the parks before the sun comes out to show you how to take best advantage of the theme park tradition of rope drop. Today, as you can tell, I'm at Disney's Animal Kingdom, so let's kick it back to past Molly, who got here real early. Cabin's log, 6:55 a.m. I have just parked here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. The park opens at 8 a.m. for all guests today, 7:30 a.m. for resort guests, which we are. So let's get through security and get in line. Rope drop is a tried and true tradition as old as theme parks themselves. It is when you get to the park before it opens to take advantage of low wait times. And it's named that because there used to literally be a rope that would drop when the park opened. To truly take advantage of rope drop, you need to be here at least 30 minutes, if not 45 minutes plus prior to the park opening. And by park opening, I do mean opening for that early entry time, if that's what you're wanting to take advantage of, the resort guest early entry time. So again, that's at 7:30 today. The park officially opens at 8, so I would be getting here no later than 7, if not earlier, especially during a busy time. Cabin's log, 6:57 a.m. I got here so early, security isn't even open yet. I've never been here this early. As a night gremlin, I'm pretty proud of myself right now. I'm assuming it's going to open at 7, so I'll just be here for a few minutes. Cabin's log, 7:07 a.m. I was correct. They opened the security gates at 7 a.m., moved people through very efficiently, and of course then my bag beeped, because it always does. It's full of batteries. So now we're going to go get in a line to get into the park. Do I have time for Joffrey's? Do I have time for Joffrey's? Do I have time for Joffrey's? I took like 3 minutes, but 3 minutes is worth my sanity. Especially because we have a different plan this morning than maybe you're thinking at this park. All right, so I am in the far right line because just like at Hollywood Studios, there's only like 3 lines out here, but they're gonna like, once you get in there, so there's gonna be more lines. So I have found going to the extreme of one side, usually the right side, is fastest. And they're starting to move people into the park, and then once you're in the park is when they're gonna split you for early entry. As a reminder, theme park early entry is a perk of all Walt Disney World resort guests, as well as some additional on-property like Good Neighbor type hotels like the Swan Dolphin, as well as some of the Hotel Plaza Boulevard Disney Springs hotels. And those hotels tend to be less expensive than Disney hotels. They don't get all the perks of staying in a Walt Disney World hotel. Like they don't get early access to booking lightning lanes. Their transportation options aren't as good, but they do count for this. So just something to consider when you're looking at your booking options. Just as a reminder, early theme park entry is every single day at all 4 parks in Walt Disney World, and it is for resort guests to get into the park 30 minutes early. All right, slowly but surely moving my way towards the ticket booth. Make sure to have your tickets out, your Magic Band, your room card, whatever you're using to get into the parks, make sure you have that out and ready. And then also have that resort reservation pulled up, because you're gonna have to tap your credential to get in past the cast members for early theme park entry. You're gonna have to prove that you're a resort guest that way, so keep those credentials out. And as always, I like to have a screenshot of my hotel reservation ready to go as well, just in case for some reason it's not working, I can show them that. And as a friendly reminder, everyone that is coming in for early entry does need to be registered on that room. You can't just be like, here's my friends, and try to get them in with you. They need to be registered on the room. Now, let's talk about this park and how it's a little different compared to Hollywood Studios or Epcot, which we've already done in this redo of the rope drop series. In the other videos, I have given you a what to book on Lightning Lane, your pre-arrival plan. Here's your pre-arrival plan for Animal Kingdom. Book the fancy ride for Flight of Passage, and then if you're park hopping, book your multi-pass Lightning Lanes at another park. Because today, we're gonna attempt to get through all the good Lightning Lane rides, minus Flight of Passage, because that's a fancy ride, in this early morning period. If you're not park hopping, you probably don't need to book multi-pass Lightning Lane at this park. There's just not that many attractions. There's also not that many attractions that are open for early theme park entry here. It's both attractions in Pandora, so you've got Avatar Flight of Passage and Na'vi River Journey, Dinosaur, and Expedition Everest Legend of the Forbidden Mountain TM. That's it, because it's tough to be a bug just closed, which used to open early, which would have been a terrible choice for rope drop anyway. And the nature of the other attractions in this park, they can't open early because of the animals. So like Kilimanjaro Safaris, the animal trails, the Rafiki's Planet Watch, they're not going to open those things early. So pretty much everyone here, I'm going to guess, is going for Flight of Passage, which is what I did in the original rope drop series, which is not a bad move, especially if you don't want to pay for it or not able to book the Lightning Lane. So if you want to see what that looks like, you can definitely go watch that video. fancy rides haven't changed, so that information is all still relevant. But I'm gonna see how much we can get done not doing Flight of Passage, so you could potentially not buy lightning lanes in this park. And again, for a full breakdown of lightning lanes, including the best rides to use on in each park and strategies and all the tips and everything, we've got tons and tons of videos, including a 2025 lightning lane guide. We've also got videos by each park to show you the best ways to use it there. So if you have specific Animal Kingdom questions, you can check that out as well. Definitely recommend watching those. Captain's Log, 7:23 a.m. officially in the park. Cast members are doing a wonderful job. Got people directing traffic. Early entry this way, he says.
Entry, folks, to the right.
Regular guests to the right, resort guests to the left. But always make sure you listen and look for any signage, because these procedures can change. And here up ahead, I see the lovely wall of cast members who are going to check for your resort reservation. So I'm going to make sure to have that up. Good morning. Just me.
Okay, you're gonna have a great day.
Yes, I am.
Go have fun.
Thank you. All right, we are good to go. Now, she did ask how many were in my group, because one person can scan for everyone, so that is helpful. And now we are in the park, on our way. All right, random strangers whomst I've never met and will never see again. This is where I leave you, because they're all going to Flight of Passage, as predicted, and we are going to DinoLand. My goal today is to see how quickly I can do Dinosaur, Expedition Everest, Kilimanjaro Safaris, which opens at 8:15, and maybe also Navi River Journey, because that would be like all the stuff that's not Flight of Passage as far as rides go. And then you would have the most luxurious slow day for the rest of the day. So that's my plan. Look at all these people with refined taste, knowing that Dr. Grant Seeker is the best first stop. Actually, a lot of these people might go to Everest, but we're going to see Dr. Seeker. Captain's Log, 7:27 a.m. Waiting outside of DinoLand USA to be let in by a friendly DinoLand cast member. This is my always friendly reminder to pack those patient pants, because a lot of rope drop is hurrying up and waiting. So, especially early in the morning when people are trying to get in the park and through lines and tap for their hotel and all the things. Patient pants. Patient pants. Hello. How are you? Doing well. Are you riding Dinosaur? Captain's Log, 7:29. The friendly Dinosaur cast member just made a friendly announcement to remind us not to run, push, or shove, nor pass her walking in towards DinoLand USA. You know, it's been a little bit since I've been here, just because of travel and things, and see her all boarded up. Really hurting my soul right now. Pour one out, Triceratops spin, and Dinorama. But we still have Dinosaur for a little bit, so we're headed to ride it right now. This attraction has a 40.40-inch height requirement, and it puts you on a time rover to head back to the age of the dinosaurs, where certainly nothing will go wrong. But for some reason, I feel compelled to tell you that it's loud, dark, scary. There's giant dinosaurs, so it may frighten your children or some adults.
In a moment, you'll be going live to our control center for a comprehensive safety briefing, and then it's on to the tour that will convince you forever that the future is truly in the past.
Welcome to our little trans-dimensional joyride, folks. Take a look at this guy. He's an iguanodon, and I'm certain that he is the key to understanding these magnificent creatures.
I think I'm gonna be first. Thank you.
Con las manos, brazos.
We've got to get in, grab the iguanodon, and get out before that asteroid hits. Okay, now let's go get that dino.
Styracosaurus.
Not our dino.
Oleoramus.
Could be ours. Computer, full stop. Identify.
Carnotaurus.
Definitely not our dino. Go, go!
Sauropod.
Still not our dino, but at least this one's a vegetarian. Four-wheel drive, move it!
Carnotaurus.
That's it!
Iguanodon.
Forget it! Get them out now!
Asteroid impact.
Brace yourself! This is it!
It's the best. Simply the best. On and off Dinosaur in 10 minutes. God, that attraction warms my soul. And now, this ride doesn't get as long a line as Flight of Passage or Navi River Journey usually, but it can go up to 45 minutes or an hour, especially now that it is closing. It's gonna go extinct after this year. So that means there's more interest in it because people want to ride it for the last time. So it's not a bad choice to use a Lightning Lane on if you are using Lightning Lane in this park. And I'm really glad we checked it off early this morning. And now we are going to scoot to Asia and get on Expedition Everest. Let's do a quick wait time check too. This literally makes me so sad. I know Tropical Americas will be really cool. And I'm, you know, Walt said everything has to change and keep moving forward. But, you know, there's a little nostalgia in me that will miss DinoLand. Okay, Flight of Passage posted 60-minute wait already. It's 7:43, so truly, if you don't get in there at rope drop, it's gonna shoot up. And then Dinosaur 5-minute wait, Everest 5-minute wait, and the only other thing that's open, Navi River Journey 30-minute wait. So now I've often said in this early theme park entry, since you only get 30 minutes, you have to decide. Do you wanna knock out one big ride, probably the fancy ride, which again in this park would be Flight of Passage, or do you wanna knock out a couple of other Lightning Lane rides or other, quote, smaller rides? Either method I think is good. It just depends what you want the rest of your day to look like. And again, at this park, since there's not a ton of rides right now, I don't think on most days you need to purchase multi-pass Lightning Lanes, especially if you're getting up early to rope drop. So that's why my goal here today is to knock out some of the multi-pass Lightning Lane attractions in this early morning time. And then again, I would have paid for Flight of Passage, so I'd have that locked in. Now that's my plan. Made it over to Asia and in queue for Expedition Everest Legend of the Forbidden Mountain TM. This is another absolutely incredible attraction. Look at the views of this queue. Like, is this not stunning? Sorry, I know the point of rope drop is to like ride a bunch of rides and stuff, but the beauty of these parks first thing in the morning, especially this park, are like unbelievable. So take a minute to enjoy that as well. But I had to stop and take some pictures. Anyway, Expedition Everest Legend of the Forbidden Mountain TM has a 44, that's 4 inch height requirement, and it is a roller coaster where you are gonna board a train up the Forbidden Mountain in the Himalayas, where again, I'm sure nothing will go wrong and you certainly won't come face to face with the legendary Yeti. You know, I don't know why they keep showing me all these ripped up tents and Yeti footprints and stuff. Seems unnecessary. I will say, it is a treat to go through the full standby queue. This queue's awesome. This is the last attraction Disney has built in at least these parks that is original IP, and let's be all honest, the deer is scarier than the Yeti. But this is the like last original attraction with original backstory Disney has built. And so I love this queue. I love the whole story of this. If you watch our secrets videos, I go into the whole thing with all the different characters Disney created for this. And I just really relish the storytelling here. And so going in the morning is a good time to check those things out too, because there's not a lot of people in the queue. You can really take it all in. I was on and off Everest, like through the queue and everything in 6 minutes. So you could loop back around again. This would be a great time to ride Everest multiple times because it's a banger, and who doesn't want to ride it a couple times? It's like 7:55 now, so I haven't even used up technically all of my early morning period, but I am gonna now grab breakfast and slowly meander my way to Africa so I can be one of the first people on Kilimanjaro Safaris, which again opens at 8:15 today. I could, if I wanted to, like dash over to Pandora and try to do Navi River Journey first and then be like not quite the first person on Kilimanjaro Safaris, but like trying to luxuriate a little bit. This is still Animal Kingdom after all. Okay, so I picked up the pancake breakfast sandwich, which originally started in Pandora, and I was gonna get it there. Then I saw they were selling it here at the Thirsty River Bar right next to Expedition Everest, so I picked it up and I'm gonna walk with it as I go to Kilimanjaro Safaris. But this is a pancake stuffed with sausage, egg, and cheese and a guava paste, and it is like a sweet, savory deliciousness that we are going to enjoy on our walk. Because, you know, like I said, it's Animal Kingdom, so you still get to luxuriate, even at rope drop, because this park is the best. It really is so good. It's like slightly sweet because of the guava and the pancake itself, and then it's savory. It's actually pretty good sausage, like a little bit. I'm not gonna say heat. I would actually wish I had hot sauce for it, but it's got some like peppery spice going on, and then lots of cheese and egg. Like, this is a top tier breakfast. And normally in these videos, I wouldn't be eating breakfast so early because I'd be like, keep running around, not running. You know, running is a turn of phrase here, and getting stuff done and doing all the things. But this park just, it's my favorite one, but there's not that much open right now. So we already did 2 major attractions in like 25 minutes. So we can get breakfast on the go. On my trek, I also noticed they're selling it here at Drinkwallah, which is this little stand right at the cusp of Asia. I would wager they're selling it at some of the stands in Africa as well. So that delicious stuffed sandwich, I'm pleased to say you don't have to go all the way to Pandora to get it if you're not starting there. Other good quick service breakfast options in this park, you've got the Yak and Yeti Local Foods Cafe behind me, which is the quick service of Yak and Yeti. They do like a little heartier breakfast bowls and things of that nature. Kusafiri in Africa has a couple savory options and then a bunch of different pastries. Of course, you could always go to Creature Comforts, which is the Starbucks location, grab pastries and coffees there, take it back to my favorite coffee spot behind the Tree of Life. And again, if you are starting in Pandora, you can get that breakfast sandwich as well as a giant pretzel or the pineapple lumpia at Pongu Pongu. Additionally, Satuli Canteen has started serving breakfast. They've got some sweet options like a French toast or a forest fruits dish, as well as a pork hash or a frittata with the wood-fired beef in it. So lots of good quick service breakfast options. For a table service breakfast option in this park, I love Tusker House, which is the character dining over in Africa. I recommend booking a late breakfast there, like a 10 o'clock hour breakfast. After you've done all the rope drop, you've taken advantage of all these low wait times, go have a delicious brunch at that point with Mickey and the gang. And when I say delicious food, I do actually mean it. Character dining isn't always the best as far as food goes. You're definitely paying for the characters. But generally, I find breakfast to be the way to go just because Disney breakfast buffets are delicious and it's pretty hard to mess up breakfast. But I find Tusker House to actually be pretty good because not only do they have classics like Mickey waffles and eggs and meats and those sort of things, but they also have a little more unusual items since it's in Africa. So they'll have like sometimes a curry dish. They have a carving station. So they've got something a little more unusual for your more adventurous eaters as well. Captain's log 8:07 a.m. And it looks like lots of people are headed over to Kilimanjaro Safaris as it opens, but luckily this attraction has a large capacity and can get people on pretty quick, so hopefully this line doesn't take too long. I just gotta find the end of it. And it looks like it's moving, so maybe they opened it a little early. Captain's log 8:10 a.m. This is where I'm at, and I'll tell you how long this takes. I do think it's gonna move pretty quick, but I also learned that Everest went down like right after I rode it, which means even more people are coming over to safaris. That's just the case whenever a big attraction goes down, the people gotta go somewhere. And unfortunately, the Yeti's been causing chaos recently, and it has kind of become one of those attractions that goes down somewhat frequently. I don't know if it's the Yeti's fault. To be honest, I don't know if it's guest's fault, which is sometimes the case with rides going down. But just so you know, Everest is one that could be a little finicky. Update, it's 8:18, and since the attraction opened, which I want to say was like a few minutes before 8:15, this line hasn't stopped moving. So it was very daunting looking at the beginning, but now that I'm in it, I've been moving and grooving, and I'm still clocking it, but I feel like it's not going to be as long as it looked like it was. Update, I may have been too enthusiastic in how fast this line would move, because we're stopped now. It's been all 25 minutes? You know, it's like one of the most popular rides in the park, and it will get a very long line, so it's not terrible. But I'm like thinking in hindsight, should I have not gotten my breakfast before and gotten in line early? I would have just been waiting outside the attraction then. So it's kind of like, when do you want to wait is the question, I guess. But I could have not gotten breakfast, come over here a few minutes earlier. Maybe 10 minutes is how long it took me to get that breakfast, film it, walk over here. Maybe. But then I just would have been waiting outside the attraction. So that is one of the arguments against rope drop, is like, you rope drop to avoid waiting in long lines, but you end up waiting somewhere at some point. The argument's just that usually you're waiting before the park opens, so you're not like wasting park time. But ultimately, if I get on this ride soonish, it still wasn't a terrible long wait, and I still didn't have to pay for lightning lanes today in this park because I'll have knocked off the 3 3 of the most popular attractions in the park still very quickly. I also think the closure of Everest shortly after I wrote it, it's still down, impacted this queue a lot. Because I'm hearing a lot of people being like, well, we were going to go over to Everest, but that's closed. So, you know, that is a problem. When one big attraction goes down, the other big attractions get hit, especially at this park that does not have that many rides right now.
Black rhinos, they have a triangular lip. White rhinos, they have a wider lip. There's a gap in the fencing right here. You'll be able to see it. By the red and blue coloring on his face. Cheetahs are the fastest land animal. They can reach speeds up to 60 miles per hour under 3 seconds. Lions sleep 16 to 20 hours every day. So the next time you take a nap, make sure it's a cat nap. The hunting, which is usually at night, so it's about the same. The largest size that they ever will be. Dominance and maturity.
And that is why early morning safaris are the best. That was such a good safari. So much elephant action, rhino action, incredible big cat action, both the cheetahs and the lions. Chef's kiss, love that attraction so much. And again, early morning is a great time to go because it's a little cooler out, so the animals are more active, especially those cats. I was boarding exactly 30 minutes after the ride officially opened, exactly at 8:45. Ride officially opened at 8:15, although we kind of started moving a few minutes before. 35 minutes in total from when I started standing in the safari's queue, so it's already a 55-minute wait. So 30 minutes for one of the most popular attractions in the park. Not a walk-on, obviously, but not bad, and not bad to avoid paying for lightning lanes either. And I fully believe that would have been less had Everest not gone down, and in fact, Everest is still down. At this point, it's a little after 9, and that means the good part of rope drop is basically over because the park's been open for an hour for everyone, an hour and a half for resort guests. Flight of Passage has a 65-minute wait. Dinosaur still has a low wait, so I'd recommend heading there if you hadn't already. Again, Safaris has a 60-minute wait. Or Gavi River Journey only had a 35-minute wait, which really isn't too long for that attraction. So if that's high on your list, I would recommend going there. But for me, there's something else I've wanted to do, and it just opened. We're headed back to Asia, but look at this little path. This park is just full of mystery and majesty. This path is already beautiful if you walk the main way past the Tree of Life, but look at this little path off to the left. You can see the Tree of Life just like peeking out from behind the trees. It's so stunningly beautiful. Look how serene and luxurious and magical this is. This park, y'all, it's an oasis. This would be another good spot to get your coffee and come enjoy it. But we are gonna cross all of our fingers and toes that the next attraction I wanna see is there. Some of you may have guessed I was coming over to Maharajah Jungle Trek, which is the animal trail in Asia. This opened up at 9, so just a few minutes ago at this point. And the reason I said I hope the next thing I want to see is here is because I can walk this all day. But if the baby tiger doesn't want to come out, then I'm not going to see the baby tiger. But let's fingers crossed. This trail's really cool. I love the animal trails at Animal Kingdom. I think they're one of the most fun and unique things you can do at the park. No line, just walk through and enjoy. Here at the Maharajah Jungle Trek, you have things like this lovely kimono dragon. There's also bats, tigers, and in Africa at the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, which is at the exit of Kilimanjaro Safaris, obviously they have gorillas as well as okapis, zebras, meerkats. Okay, we saw bat, saw a very active lizard, and now we're in tiger country, so hoping to see the baby. Ah! Get him, Mom! Get him! Oh my gosh! Hello, I love you so much. There's Mom. They're playing. Hi, Mom. Love you. Play with me. Baby Fatso's so cute. He's 6 months old and he's like terrorizing his mom, which I don't have kids, but I'm sure all the moms out there can tell me that that is relatable. And he's like jumping on her and wanting to play, and he's so cute. I'm coming up to another window to see him better. Okay, he's kind of behind Bamboo, but he did pop out for a second. He's so cute. But I was called because I could hear the male tiger like making noise. Just stopped, but I hope he does it again. But the dad's over here. You hear that? I tried to capture it, but he's making noises. That was awesome. He walked right in front of us. He's so beautiful. Fun tiger fact. Did you know that the MGM lion, like the famous opening to MGM movies where the lion roars, that's not actually a lion roar, that's a tiger roar, because a tiger roar is like loud and more ferocious sounding. But, oh my gosh, how cool. The animal trails are a great thing to do in the morning too, because just like safaris, they're more active when it's cooler out. That was so wonderful. What a treat to see baby Foxo. So cute. Now, if you aren't into animals and baby tigers, like, first of all, are you okay? And second of all, if that didn't appeal to you somehow, Cali River Rapids doesn't have a long line. Like I said, Navi River Journey, when I walked over here, had a relatively short line for that attraction. It also would be a good time to meet some characters. As I've said in the other rope drop videos, Moana starts at 8:30. She's very popular. Pocahontas had her first set at 9:15. Mickey and Minnie start at 8 in their cute adventure safari outfits, and they're together, which is rare. So that's a good thing to do as well. So it's good to, if you're gonna buy Lightning Lane at this park, try and knock out some of those other like non-Lightning Lane experiences. But if you're not buying Lightning Lane at this park, which again, I don't think you need to for most days, especially if you get here early, we knocked out 3 of the most popular rides in this park in like an hour, and now would have the day ahead of us. All right, it's about 9:45. I spent a long time on the trail because if there's an attraction you need patient pants for, it's to see a baby animal, but worth it, obviously. And I feel like the trails are just a fun place to just enjoy yourself and slow down a bit. But rope drop, definitely officially over. The park's been open for over 2 hours for resort guests and almost 2 hours for non-resort guests. So if you're getting here now, you missed the good time for low waits. So let's take a look at the waits right now. 125 minutes at Flight of Passage, still low at Dinosaur. Everest still closed. All the shows are going to start soon. No wait at Cali River Rapids, 65 at Safaris, 40 to meet Mickey and Minnie, 60 at Navi River Journey. Oh my gosh, baby ducks. I was gonna say something and I lost all my train of thought because there's a baby duck. I'm going quickly, but not too quickly as I don't want to scare it. Look at it, oh my God, there's 2 of them. Hello, I love you so much. Oh my God, and you're out on a little family walk. I'm dying. Hello, I love you so much, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I sat there for like 5+ minutes with another family watching the babies, and they must have deemed us not a threat because all of them went to sleep. Like the babies were sleeping, the mom, dad, and uncle, whoever the other duck was, all went to sleep, and that was just magic. That was so cute. Baby ducks are so cute. I saw so many baby animals today. Well, we did it. Another rope drop, checked off the list. And quite successfully, I might add. In about 2 hours, I was able to knock out 3 of the most popular attractions across the park, spend some time with baby Bosco, eat a delicious breakfast, and bonus see some baby ducks. I would call that a very successful morning. And as I've said multiple times throughout this video, if I was hypothetically continuing this adventure, continuing my park day at Animal Kingdom, I would have purchased Flight of Passage, so I would have that one locked in. Navi River Journey maintains a 30-ish minute wait, so that one you could do pretty easily as well. And then besides that, the rest of your day at Animal Kingdom could be spent doing the things that Animal Kingdom is so good at. Entertainment like Festival of the Lion King, dining, and of course more animal adventures. Now, Animal Kingdom is my favorite park. I will love it forever and always, and it always pains me a little bit when people call it a half-day park, but unfortunately right now, it's not a long day park, especially if you get here at rope drop and all you care about is rides. You can knock out these rides very, very quickly, which is why I say if you are using Lightning Lane Multipass, I don't think you need to use it here. I think you should book it at whatever park you're going to next, whether that be Epcot, Hollywood Studios, or Magic Kingdom. Have 3 good attractions locked in at your next spot. That way you can maximize the system. Because as you've seen, you don't really need Lightning Lane Multipass most days in this park if you come this early. If you're not park hopping and you are coming to this park to rope drop, I generally think you don't need to purchase Lightning Lane Multipass, and you can spend your day luxuriating and relaxing and having a little bit slower, less chaotic day than some of the other parks, which is something I quite enjoy about this one. But as always, I don't think you have to rope drop to have a successful or great day at Walt Disney World. I'll say it again, there are people that swear by it and say it's the only way to tackle these parks, but for a lot of us, myself included, getting up early and waiting outside the park before the sun even comes up isn't what they want to do on vacation. If you don't want to rope drop, usually the afternoons at this park are pretty calm because so many people come early since it opens the earliest and hop to another place. So you can get on a lot of these attractions without super long waits on an average afternoon, or consider purchasing that multi-pass. I know I've said you don't need it throughout the park today, but it is the easiest park to use it at. It's also the least expensive park. So if you're not gonna rope drop, but you still wanna be able to get on your favorite attractions pretty easily, it is nice to know that you could walk into the park with like Navi River Journey, Kilimanjaro Safaris, and Dinosaur and/or Expedition Everest like booked, locked in, ready to go, and not have to get up, in the 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock hour. As always, it is about what is best for you and your group and your priorities. Perhaps your priority is saving money and not spending it on Lightning Lane, so don't spend it, or it's going to another park after that, so save your Lightning Lanes for there. Or perhaps your priority is sleeping in a little bit on vacation, and in that case, you may want to purchase Lightning Lane. And don't forget, if you want to see the Flight of Passage rope drop strategy, which would be pretty much the thing you would accomplish within the 30 minutes, you can check out our original rope drop series, which that information, again, still relevant because it has nothing to do with the multi-pass Lightning Lanes, which are the ones that have been impacted by the big changes. At this point in our season 2 of Rope Drop, we have done Hollywood Studios and Epcot, so only Magic Kingdom remains at Walt Disney World. Gonna do it at Universal as well, because a lot of you requested that. So let me know what questions you have about Rope Drop down in the comments. And don't fear my night gremlins, I will be redoing the evening series as well, especially since stacking is gone with Lightning Lane. So I'll show you how to come into the park in the afternoon and have the best time as well. So let me know which park you want to see the evening series kicked off with soon. And in the meantime, friends, make sure to rate, review, subscribe, follow us on social media, come hang out with the Mam Fam in Discord, check out Patreon for behind the scenes and more. And until next time, friends, I'm Molly, and it has been so magical and so cute today with all the babies.